Oh my goodness. I am so pumped that each and every one of you made this call a priority tonight. Vision, goal setting, all of those things I'm so incredibly passionate about, and here's why. For years, and I'm talking years, I would set goals. I would set goals. I would set goals, and I would always fall short. And I was the girl that would set a goal to finally get consistent with health and fitness. And I would do it for 2 weeks and then I would completely fall off. I would let birthday parties make me fall off course. I would let traveling make me fall off course. I was the girl that wanted to get out of debt and then turned around and would buy a brand new vehicle. And I'm like, that is not the way out of debt, Kelsey. I mean, I would set goals and fail like over and over and over again. And what I've learned is that goal setting is very important, but what's even more important is coming up with a vision. And a vision is just a very crystal clear, it's a crystal clear where you're going. It's a very crystal clear picture of why you're doing whatever you're doing or why you're setting the goal that you're setting. It's the thing that's going to keep you moving in the direction that you want to go, no matter how you're feeling, no matter how motivated you feel, no matter if you're sick, no matter if what's going on in your life, because life throws each and every one of us curveballs. We all are going through something hard in this season of our life. I can guarantee there's 63 people on live with me tonight, and I can guarantee you every single person is going through something in their life that's challenging, because that's life. But how do you keep moving forward in the direction that you want to move with those life circumstances? And it's really having that crystal clear vision. I heard this story once and it's really stuck with me. If you were driving home and you're driving and I've got three girls, and I am driving down into my neighborhood, and I turn onto my street and I see that my house is on fire, and I know my kids are in that house. I have a crystal clear vision. I'm going to go to that house. I'm going to be speeding. I don't care if I'm going 60 miles an hour in my neighborhood. I'm going to go as fast as I can. I don't care if the door is locked. I'm going to just knock down windows to get to my children. My vision is clear. Like, there is nothing stopping me. I'm going to do it. But let's say my house is on fire and the kids are with me. I'm going to be like, those are just things. Sure, I'm upset. I'm probably going to call the fire department and tell them my house is on fire. But it's not the same. You have to get really fired up about whatever it is that you want to conquer, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life. And I think that that's really important. And so that's why I think that having a very crystal clear, I would say crystal clear vision, like, it needs to fire you up. It needs to drag emotion into it. It can't just be things that you want or things that you want to accomplish, but keep digging into why. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but I think of it like an onion. And I think of, like, whatever it is that you want to achieve. Let's say you want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, but why? And just keep asking yourself why until you dig deep enough to where there's some sort of emotion that's attached with that. Is it the fact that you want to play with your kids when they get home from school and you want to have the energy to do that? Is it the fact that you want to go to, like, Worlds of Fun or to amusement park and actually ride the rides because you want to fit into the seat of the whatever ride that you're riding? What is it for you? And that's just a health and fitness related goal, but why is it? And just keep, like, peeling that layer back and back and back. So everyone hopefully got the PDF that I sent out in email. So if you're a part of our team, I actually uploaded the file into our team page, Conquer Nation. And if you're not a part of our team, I emailed it to you. And if I didn't invite you to the call and somebody else did, they should have that PDF. So definitely reach out to them, but don't feel that you have to have the PDF to be successful. Grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper, and take good notes tonight. So we're going to get this party started. And I guess I should introduce myself too. In case you don't know me, I am Kelsey Shackley. I'm a mom of three. I have twin girls that just turned 3, which is like, what? And then I have a 5-year-old daughter who just started kindergarten this year. My husband and I have been married for 8 years. Got married in 11, however many years that is. Yeah. And so we actually are getting ready to head to Minnesota in a week from today, and he's having open heart surgery to get a valve replaced. So um, we're all, like I say, we're all going through our hard. Sometimes our hards are all looking different, but every single one of your hards matter, and I want you to know that. So as we're opening up tonight, it's okay for emotion to get going. It's okay to cry. It's okay to figure out like what it is that you're here for and why it is that you're wanting to do things. And sometimes emotion comes in anger. Sometimes you're just pissed off at yourself because you've set the same freaking goal the last 10 years of your life or whatever. And sometimes it racks emotion because you want to change in your life. So I'm going to share my screen to the PDF. That's not the right PDF. Hang on, you guys. It's here. Telling you. I am telling you. It has been a day. Okay. Minimize that. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you all. Okay. I see. Can you see? Thumbs up if you can see the screen. Oh, thank you. Oh, we got it to work. We got it to work. Okay, so here is the 2000, I was going to say 19, 2020. We'll call it 2020. It's a vision and goal setting workshop. Okay, so let's get this party started. Again, the vision board is just a tool. We're going to talk about vision board casting. We're going to talk about goals, and we're going to break all that down. And this is really just for every single layer of your life, every single aspect of your life. So your relationships, all the things. Okay, so we're going to dive a little bit deeper into vision boards here in a second. And I threw in some quotes because I love quotes. So you owe it to yourself to become everything that you've ever dreamed of being. So I want you to do this. A lot of times as moms, especially, we get so caught up in doing things for our children, doing things for our spouse, doing things for work, doing things for other people that we forget what brings us joy. Like, what did you love doing before you became a mom? What did you love doing that you don't do anymore? What fires you up? What excites you? What makes you like laugh until you want to pee your pants? What makes you want to spend time with certain people? What makes you happy? And I want you to write some of those things down. So as I was doing this for myself, some things that just bring me joy are things that either make me just like laugh until my belly hurts or make me just feel alive. And so, or give me the sense of like calmness. And so for me, I didn't used to be a bath person, but I love a bath with some Epsom salt and just to soak and not have my kids bother me and just sit there and read a good book. Like, to me, that brings me so much joy. And so think it doesn't obviously that doesn't cost anything except for the water bill to fill up the bath. But think for just a little bit, like, what are things in your life that bring you joy? Is it spending time with girlfriends? Is it going to get your nails done? Is it getting a massage? Is it working out live with friends? I love a good workout in our house with my friends. Like, I love to do that, or get together and do a random workout. Like, I'll meet a friend at Cycle Bar and go work out. Like, I love doing that once in a while and sprinkling that in. So what brings you joy? That's the first thing I want you to ask yourself. And then for this vision exercise, I want you to, we're going to rate ourselves. So it says your job and there's like a colon. I want you to really take a couple minutes on each of these questions or each of these like bullet points. And I want you to think on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like, it was amazing. You wouldn't have changed a thing in 2019. because it was that good. Like you feel that clear about it. 10 would be awesome. 0 is like not so awesome. And I don't, and 5 is like right in the middle. And will also want you to know, like when you're talking about like relationships and talking about things that involve other people, you're taking this approach for how you could do. So when you're talking about your marriage, could you have done better on your half of the deal? Does that make sense? Not like, I wish my husband would do X, Y, and Z. It's not about that. It's about, have I shown up to be the best wife that I can be, to serve him? So the first one is going to be your job. How happy, fulfilled, and purposeful do you feel in your job or in your career? On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate that? And then your finances. How would you rate that? Do you feel stressed out? Do you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck? Do you feel good? Do you want to donate more, volunteer more, investing more in other people with your income? Are you in so much student loan debt that you feel stuck in a career that you don't like? Do you want to be saving more for your kids' college funds, but you just don't have that extra income to be able to do that? Would you prefer to send your kids to like a private school or a different school district, but you just can't because of income? How happy do you feel with your finances right now on a scale from 1 to 10? And then your home. Do you like the home that you live in? Are there things that you would do differently? And your home doesn't necessarily mean like, it can be like you want to move, but it could be just like, I just like feel like my bedroom is so cluttered and I haven't gotten a new bedspread in like ages and it just feels so outdated. And I know if I could just update this room, I would feel so much better. I would wake up and feel like at peace because that's the feeling I want to feel when I walk into my home. Or do you need to just go, like, for me, I'm like, I, like, literally need to go through my clothes again because I cannot stand a closet that's just, like, packed full, like, it gives me anxiety, I need to breathe, and so, what areas of your home do you feel that maybe you need to, like, get under order, and rate that from 1 to 10? So home can mean a wide variety of things. Oh, you guys are putting it in the chat, look at you. I love this. So cool. And then your relationships. Are you single? And you can be single and be completely happy with being single. Like, let's say you're single and you just got out of a relationship and you just want to be single and you're like, I'm rating that at 10. I feel good. It's exactly where I want to be. Or maybe you're in a relationship, you love your spouse, but you feel like you've grown apart and this year you really want to work on that. And you want to work on that from your aspect, not necessarily like judging your husband. Is it something where you want to make date nights more of a priority this year? You want to laugh more together or eat together more for family dinners, and rate that on a 1 to 10. And that really isn't included here, but I want to take that a step further because it could be more than just like a loving relationship with a spouse. Take that a step further and think of other relationships that you have in your life, close friends or more of your distance family. Like, how can you show up a little bit different this year to be and act in your best version? And then your body and wellness. So not just physical appearance. It can be maybe you do want to need and want to lose 50 pounds, but maybe you don't need to lose weight, but you just want to be healthy. And you want to be healthy because you want to have the energy and you want to eat good foods and whole balanced meals because you've little eyeballs watching you and you've been picky, but you don't want to pass that pickiness off to your children. So it can be, or it could be like anxiety. Maybe you want to get into a Bible study at your church, or maybe you want to dive into meditation, or maybe you want to grab a personal growth book and work on your mind. So your body isn't just physical appearance. Well, that's a portion of it. It's all around wellness, mental, spiritual, physical, your energy levels, things like that. And rate that on a 1 to 10. And then your last one kind of goes back to the joy factor or free time that you have. And maybe you're like, I don't have free time and I want to create that margin in my life. And so maybe this year your word is like, I'm going to say no because I need free time. One of my mentors has always said, you can say no and your plan that you have plans, and your plans that night are to sit on the couch at home watching a movie with your family. Like it doesn't have to be big. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in if we don't have physical plans that we have to say yes to things. And it's okay to have that downtime. Or maybe you just want to create more joy in your life and it's going to be making sure you get in a workout with friends. Or maybe it's going to be that you make sure you get that bubble bath once a week. So, what does that look like for you? And how do you want to show up in your community? 1 to 10 on that one, too. Okay, so then this next part of this vision exercise is I want you to dream big. Like, I want you to dream big, and then I want you to dream a little bit bigger and bigger, like way big. If time, money, and energy and all the things weren't a factor, like, how would you show up in each one of these things? What would your day look like if it was a perfect day? Like, would you still want to work the 9 to 5? Would you want would you be working in the career that you would want to work in? How would your finances look? How would your home look? What would your dream house look like? Maybe for you, it's a certain car that you want to drive, or maybe you want to completely be out of debt so that you can go to bed at night feeling like you can breathe because that debt isn't hanging over your head. How are your relationships? Like, are you more in love with your spouse every single day because you show up and be that best wife that you can be for your spouse? How are your wellness goals? Are you drinking more water? Are you saying affirmations to yourself? Because self love is a huge part of that. And just like loving the person that God made you to be and loving where you're at in this season that you're at. And free time. So now you're crafting this vision of like the best version of yourself. How would you show up in each of those areas? The best Tiffany that you can be. The best April that you can be. The best Katie that you can be. The best Jessica that you can be. How would you show up? I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. And you're probably going to need more than 2, but we're going to do 2 for now. You can come back to it. But I want you to dream as big as possible. And I'm going to stop talking now so you can do the work. All right. Total side note, but this tracker keeps me on task. This tracker timer. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a timer. Trackers keep me on track too, but okay, so we're gonna keep moving along tonight. Okay, so that was that 2 to 3 year mark. Like what, like that best version of yourself. That's what we just crafted on your own for your future self and how you want to visualize like that, what that literally looks like. So you're probably going to need to take a little bit longer than 2 minutes to write that all out. Like when I did this a few nights ago, I don't know when I did that, but I spent probably a good 30 minutes, if not a little bit more, really just thinking about exactly what I want to craft in this next year and how I want to show up in the world. So do that for sure. Take some time to do that later tonight. So again, don't put any restriction on it. Don't overthink it. Just allow yourself to envision the most magnificent possible future, that best version of you. Okay, so based off those visions, you're going to take that a step further and you're going to write out your dreams, which are your goals. And what I always suggest is those categories that we talked about. So I'll come back up here for a second. Go back up here is to list a goal out of each one. Because what I've found is if you are so honed in on, let's say, your career, you might work 90 hours a week because you're focused on a career, you're focused on whatever it is that you're focused. I'm just using that as an example. You're so focused on that you let your relationships go. And at the end of the year, you're like, I don't even know my husband anymore. Or what happened to my relationship with my best friend, or I've gained 50 pounds. I was so focused on my career that I didn't even think about my wellness, or I didn't do anything that brought me joy. And so having a goal out of each one of these, I think is crucial. So I will give you another couple minutes and think about the goals that you want to set for yourself in those areas. Okay. Again, you might have to come back to this. But the big thing I want you to do next is kind of go back up to this page again. Ooh, where we were. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. This page. And I want you to take note of your lowest scoring areas. So, is it your home? Is it your relationships? Is it your wellness? Is it your job? Like, what are like maybe the 2 or 3 lowest scoring areas and circle those? Because usually what that means is those are the areas that you're going to need accountability in because they don't come natural to you yet. The key word is yet. Like I said, I was the girl that yo-yoed, and it's not like I gained 50 pounds, lost 50 pounds. I was what I would call like a skinny fat. Like I never really leaned to lose a lot of weight, but I was not healthy. And so I would yo-yo. Like I would start on this journey and then I'd fall off. And I'd start on this journey and I'd fall off. So I would have rated back then my wellness like super low because I wasn't taking care of me. And now I would rate that higher because I have made that a habit. And so, like I said, it's not natural to you yet in whatever it is that you're working towards. So, once you've identified the 2 or 3 areas, you'll circle those goals here on this list too. And then out of those 2 or 3, I want you to identify one that's going to make the biggest impact in multiple areas. And that's going to be the one that you start with. So, for a lot of times, it's our wellness. I know when I started my journey, my confidence was a lot lower, my health and fitness journey. And so, once I got into a good habit of working out and eating well, my energy levels increased. I started really focusing on a morning routine. And so my mental space got more organized and I became more confident. And when I have more energy and I feel good and I have more confidence, it affects my relationships. It affects how I show up in my job. It affects a lot of different areas. So maybe for that was my example, but maybe for you, it's something else. But identifying one goal that is going to impact multiple areas is going to be crucial. So that can be something that you also maybe have to come back later and do. So this is where I want you to dig a little bit deeper. Changes don't happen overnight. And I think this is where people get tripped up. Maybe they sign up for a test group, or because a lot of us are doing this bar blend program that came out. And so let's just say hypothetically I just signed up for that and I get my package and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's this meal plan. I've been eating McDonald's and eating out, and like I don't even know how to shop the grocery store, and so I'm overwhelmed by that. And then I look at the fitness program and I'm like, where do I buy weights? How do I use this streaming thing? I don't even work out. How is this going to work? And now I have to like check in when I don't even know. Like, you can feel very overwhelmed. Those are normal. And I want you to know that change doesn't happen overnight. It's a work in progress. It's remembering your vision, which we talked about, and it's knowing that you have to give yourself grace, but you have to keep pushing forward. To have success in any area of life, the secret is you don't quit and you stay consistent. Going back to the whole fitness example for me, when I started my fitness and wellness journey like 6, 7 years ago, I drank, and I'm not kidding, like 6 or 7 Diet Pepsi Maxes a day. Do you guys remember the Diet Pepsi Max? It was back in my college days. I was studying for the NCLEX and nursing school and all the things. And I would literally, and I am not even kidding you, it would be dinner time and I'd be studying. And the only thing that I felt like I had time for was one of those microwaved bagged popcorn and a Diet Pepsi Max for the energy. And that's what I would eat for dinner is popcorn, microwave popcorn with a ton of butter and a Diet Pepsi Max. Like that's what I did for dinner. And so my journey to improve my nutrition wasn't like this big hop and leap. It was a journey, it was a process. It was eliminating things through adding healthy things into my diet, into my nutrition, and slowly eliminating other things. So know that change doesn't happen overnight. Becoming a morning person didn't happen for me overnight. And there's still days I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna need a nap today. Or I'm gonna want a nap today. Or I'm gonna need to drink another go-go juice today or something. And so know that a change is not an overnight thing. I want you to write down, what does it mean to you to live life unapologetically? And then based off that goal, what's the first thing that you need to do? Because sometimes there's multiple things, right? If I want to get healthy, there's like multiple things. But a lot of times it's just a decision. I'm just deciding to go all in. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. I'm working crazy hours. I'm overworked and underpaid. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to do it. It's just making the decision a lot of times is that first step. And then knowing, how are you going to be motivated? How can you motivate yourself to accomplish your goal? For me, when I don't feel motivated to do something, whether it's to clean my house, to fold laundry, to work out, to work on my business, if I'm not motivated, girlfriend's going to turn on some music and have a little dance party. And I've learned this rule to give it 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If I'm not feeling my workout and I have my dance party and I go press play, and in 5 minutes, if I'm still not feeling the workout, I'll turn it off. If I've got out my business activity tracker for my business and I start working 5 minutes and I'm connecting with people and I'm not feeling it after 5 minutes, I'll come back to it. But 99% of the time, you start feeling motivated to finish the task because you've already started. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm gonna go do laundry and I just want the sucker. I just want the laundry room clean. I want it just done. So I am gonna just hustle to get it done because I don't want to look at it anymore. So I'm like, 5 minutes, Kelsey. And then I'm like 5 minutes in, and I'm like, I can just do this. I'm gonna set the timer for 10 more minutes and I'm just gonna get it done. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna knock it out. So what will you do to stay motivated to accomplish a goal? I don't know if you follow Dave Ramsey or not. He's that financial peace university. He has that. So like maybe for you, it's getting out of debt. And he calls it the snowball, where you take you maybe are going to work another job or start a business to create more income for yourself, and you're going to start with the smallest amount of debt first, and you're going to take maybe like your bill's $25. So you're going to take that $25 and you're going to double it. And you're going to just like knock the sucker out until it's all paid off. And then you're going to take that bill and then you're going to snowball it into the next one. And then you're just going to knock it out. But how are you going to stay motivated to actually getting it done? What are you going to do once you become debt free? How's that going to make you feel? Dream big, work hard, and then make it happen, baby. Gotta make it happen. So, a huge part for me has been my morning routine and making it happen with whatever goal I have set for myself. And morning routines don't have to be an hour. They don't have to be. They can be, but they can be 10 minutes. And so I gave you some examples here on how to really create that morning routine. What I would suggest, if you only have 10 minutes in the morning, or if you're going to just start with a morning routine and you're going to just start with 10 minutes, I want to encourage you to review your vision and goals every day, every single day. Why are you here? What is the I want you to visualize it, where you're headed in the next 2, 3 years, 10 years from now. Visualize it as if it's already happened. How does that make you feel when those things become a reality? And then write out that goal. Write out the goals that you want to be, who you want to be, and write them as if they've already happened. So you don't say, I am going to lose 50 pounds. You say, I've lost 50 pounds. I have energy and I'm motivated and I love working out. Maybe you don't love working out, but you're going to write it as if you, like, when I didn't like my mornings, when I'm not a morning person, I did not ever say I hate mornings. If you want to become a morning person, you cannot say I don't like morning persons or mornings. You just say, like, I'm becoming a morning person. I am a morning person. I love mornings because it makes me feel X, Y, and Z. Because believe you, even though I'm a morning person, 5 a.m., but when it's cold outside and I'm comfy, I don't want to get out of bed either. But I also know if I don't, what the consequences are and how I'm going to feel and what things I won't get accomplished. So here's just a guide for what your morning can specifically look like. I'm gonna see if I have a sheet of paper I write out my morning routine because girlfriend, I'm not even kidding you. I'm so squirrel brained. Like if I don't have a list that I'm working from, even with my morning routine, I get suckered into like watching Instagram stories or I get suckered into doing something else. And I'm like, no, that's not your morning routine, Kelsey. So I have to work from a list, even with my morning routine. Let me see if I can find it for you. I'm in the middle of switching planners. So like half my stuff is in one planner and half of my stuff is in another planner. Okay. So my alarm goes off at 4:55 a.m. I already have my clothes laid out for my workout. I get up and I'm like in my head, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. It makes me feel like I'm up. And I already have my workout clothes laid out in my closet. So I don't have to think because if I have to think in the morning, I'm going back to bed. I do not want to think. So I get my workout clothes, I put them on immediately. I head downstairs, I make my pre-workout, and then I do gratitude, yesterday's gratitude. Because what I found is if you start your day in this like life sucks, poor me, blah, 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 you're not gonna ever want to go accomplish your goals. But if you review the last day and you think, okay, what good things happened yesterday? How was I blessed yesterday? And writing those things down, it's like, I am killing it. I am killing it. When you focus on the good, it makes you feel like you're rocking it, like you're owning it. So, book of wins or gratitude. Then I go through my visualization. Then I go looking at my goals. I look at my yearly goals, my long-term goals, and I look at my short-termer goals and my short-termer goals, like my daily goals. Like, what am I got to do today? My to-do list. And then I prioritize that to-do list. I meditate and pray. And then I get my workout on. And then I have just found my morning routine. I love to drink coffee when I read my book, when I'm reading something for me. So I save that for after my workout. I don't know if that helped you with exactly what I do, but what I found is you have to play around with it and you have to figure out what works for you and what feels like you, what feels good to you. But that's the order that I do things in. Okay. Now, I want you to fill this out. You're committing to looking at your vision and your goals every single morning. If that's the only thing that you do, if that's the only thing that you do in your morning routine, that's what you need to do. Vision, goals, prayer, sign and date it. And then I want you to screenshot this, take a picture if if it's printed, and I want you to tag me on Instagram stories. Because I have found when you put yourself out there, you're much more likely to follow through with what you said you're going to do. So tag me. If somebody else invited you to this call, tag that person too. But 2020 is going to be different. And if it's going to be different, you're going to have to do something different in 2020 than you've ever done before. What's the quote? If you want a different result, you're going to have to do something different. So true. So take that leap of faith, set a high, big vision for yourself, big goals that back that up, and I want you to sign and date it. Put it in Instagram stories, tag me and or the person that invited you to this call, because great things never come from comfort zones. And then with the taking action part. So I'm going to give an example for a person that maybe wants to lose 50 pounds in 2020. So that's not going to happen in a month. It's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in a day. It's going to take consistency, the secret sauce, like I already talked about. It's that showing up every single day, no matter how you feel, because motivation is a feeling, just like feeling happy or sad. Motivation is just a feeling. So you have to work through that, through your vision. We talked about that. So if your big goal is to lose 50 pounds, how can we break that up into more manageable goals? So 50 pounds is that long-term vision that you're going to think about how you're going to feel, what kind of clothing are you going to wear, how you're going to feel in your jeans, how are you going to feel riding in a roller coaster with your kids, how are you going to play with them at the park, are you going to go down the slide, like how all of those things that are going to stir emotion. And then you've got to back that goal up into quarterly goals and then into monthly goals, which we have here, and then to weekly goals and then to daily goals. So here I have your month laid out for you. So maybe if your goal is to lose 50 pounds, you're going to say, I'm going to lose 8 pounds. The goal is 8 pounds a month. Some months that you may hit it, some months you may be a little off, but that's okay. You have to have a goal. You have to know what you're shooting for, or you're going to not get anywhere. So let's say it's 8 pounds a month, 2 pounds a week. And then the daily actions that you're going to take to get there: drink more water, eat more vegetables, move my body every day for 30 minutes. And I'm not going to focus on the 50-pound weight loss. I'm not even going to focus on the 2-pound weight loss. I'm going to focus on how I feel when I do the daily activities, when I finish the workout, when I drink more water, when I eat the vegetables. How does my body feel? Because the long-term vision will come if you're doing the daily activities. And you can do that with anything. It can be reverse engineering, getting out of debt. It can be, okay, I need to really up my game with my marriage because it's falling apart. What am I going to do every single month to improve it? What am I going to do weekly? What am I going to do daily? How can I think of my spouse more? I'm going to always pour his cup of coffee every single morning and expect nothing in return. Not a thank you. I expect nothing. I'm going to do it because I am trying to work on me and being the best wife that I can be. And then the time when you're into your vision board. So you can, I said different examples. A lot of us work and are building a business. So there's some business examples here, but there's lifestyle goals, mindset, materials that you may need. So some people to do a vision board will want to go like get to a magazine, and they're actually going to want to cut out the car, cut out the dream house, cut out the happy marriage, cut out the, whatever. They're going to put that on like a poster board. Other people, you can use something called, which is down here, PicMonkey or Canva. They're free, and you can actually like pull images into like a digital version. Then you can still print it out. You can save it at the screensaver of your iPhone, your computer. Sky's the limit there. But looking at that, and that can be part of your vision too. And I say that because there's some people that want a physical board and actually want to like look it. When they look at it, they feel it. And then there's other people that can read it and it's powerful to read and it's like a vision statement. And when they read it, they visualize it, and that's what fires them up. So for me, I have a vision statement. And it's okay for your vision to change. And it's okay for your vision to mold. So just to kind of take you back 6, 7 years ago, when I said yes to this opportunity that I'm now doing now for 7 years, like I was telling you earlier, you need accountability. And accountability is not something that you can put on somebody else. That's having that victim mentality, like it's always somebody else's fault. And with the moment I took ownership of my own goals, of my own wellness, that moment that I took ownership and I said, I need something that's going to hold me accountable. I'm not expecting somebody to check in on me, although that's great to have like a post and I'm going to check in on my numbers and all the things. That's great. But I need something that's going to hold me accountable because I'm deciding that is the moment that I made the decision to become a coach, because I knew that if I was going to put myself out there, I was going to show up and hit my own goals selfishly of making this a lifestyle. I knew that if I was going to link arms with April, if I was going to link arms with Katie, if I was going to link arms with Kim, and I was going to say, come on, girls, let's do this. Well, I'm not going to leave them to do it by themselves. Like, I'm going to show up because I said, let's do this. So I knew that over time that not so normalness would become normal for me. And I knew that helping other people would motivate me to keep showing up on the days that I didn't want to show up. And over time, my vision changed. And as part of sharing my visions, always gets really hard for me. I don't know if anybody can relate, but I don't talk to my dad at all. We don't have a relationship at all. And I watched my mom work really, really hard. She worked 3 jobs to make ends meet. And not once did she ever, I'm one of 3 kids. I have a sister and a brother. Not once did she ever make us feel bad, but I seen her work ethic and I seen what she was doing. I watched her work night shift at a gas station. And when I seen that I could create a life for our family, and that I didn't have to just have a 2% pay raise every single year because that's what my boss said I had to make. And I didn't have to work Christmas because I was a registered nurse for many years. I didn't have to work Christmas, that I could pick another life. I'd have to work really hard. And I thought, why not me? And my mentor has always said, it's really cool watching somebody lose 10 pounds or helping them do that. But what changes their life drastically is helping them lose the 10 pounds and earn an income. Let them create choice with their finances, not live paycheck to paycheck, be out of debt, not have the school loans hanging over their head, not letting them feel stuck in a job that they don't love. And so my vision has changed over the 6 years drastically. And what fired me up 3 years ago, 4 years ago, was the fact that I was still working as a nurse. I was working weekend option as an RN. My husband worked 9 to 5, mostly even later than that because he worked in construction. So sometimes it was like sun up to sundown during the week. I hardly seen Dean. I was working the weekends, working Christmas. I had my first daughter, Ruby, and I was pissed. When I said that I had to have a vision, that you have to have emotion, I was pissed because I was not going to live the rest of my life like that. Not seeing my husband, being away at Christmas. I knew that there was going to be a season. She was like 1, but I was like, there's going to be a time when she's 3, 4 years old and she can't wait for Santa Claus to come. And I'm going to have to work. And so my vision just changed and changed and changed through the years. And I'm going to read you my vision statement now. And it makes me nervous to share this with you. But I want you to dream big, because I've learned, if there's anything I've learned, is that people take their life for granted. I truly believe that what Dean's heart condition has been a gift. And some might think that that's weird or crazy, but it really has changed my perspective on life. It's really changed the fact that, like, we don't get time back. We don't get years back with people. And that I believe each and every one, like there's 76 still of you on the call right now. You are not an accident. You are here to make a difference in this world. I truly believe that. God put you on this earth for a specific reason. And so I'm going to share my vision with you tonight. 2020 is the year I get out of my own way. I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in attracting and developing leaders and having bold conversations. I'm a joyful, present, and confident CEO. I am ready and willing to receive new customers, new coaches daily with love, joy, and abundance. I set clear expectations and boundaries because the time is our most valuable asset. We only have one life, so I want to live each day with intention and on purpose. I'm proof it's possible. I'm a working CEO, wife, and mom, and I do all three exceptionally because I set clear boundaries and have zero distractions at work and with my family. I'm an exceptional wife who makes my marriage a priority each day by showing Dean he matters with love notes, with more touch, and weekly date nights. I'm an exceptional mom by unplugging from 7 to 9 a.m. and then again from 4 to 8 p.m. or bedtime to be fully present and engaged. Family dinners and weekly game nights, and we go on a family vacation a year. I attend a minimum of one personal growth conference a year. I bring joy into everything I do because I get to do these things. I don't have to. I am stepping outside my comfort zone daily and being bold about who I am, the beliefs I have, and the person I'm seeking to be a part of our team. We are a 4-time elite team, first time in the top 10. Our team rises together as we work hard to create the visions for our lives. That's community. We rise together in 2020 with more leaders emerging, 20 new women working towards a 6-figure income, 5 elite coaches, and 20 new diamonds, more rank advancements and higher earnings within the team than ever before. I scroll less and connect more. I put my phone on nighttime mode and you use a timer, so I'm more intentional than I've ever been before because I don't get these minutes back. I drink less alcohol and drink more water. I eat more vegetables, and I complete going all in with at least 2 fitness programs this year. I'm a morning person because it makes me feel accomplished and aligned. I feel more aligned and grounded in my purpose every day. We finished our basement with 0 debt, working hard towards our dream home with a backyard oasis where we spend most of our time as a family and where we host mini team retreats and get-togethers. I pick a day a week where I do one thing that brings me joy, whether that's attending cycle bar with friends, workouts at home with my friends, getting my nails done, getting a massage, or taking a bubble bath. I am building $1 million a year business by serving and leading in wellness and in business. If you guys follow me on social media or any of our team on social media, you know that this is what we're about. It's not about necessarily just the fitness. It's not about just the income. It's about holistically wellness and about improving every day, being who God put us here on this earth to be. I'm specifically looking for 3 of you on this call tonight to mentor, to be working towards that 6-figure income. When I said 20 new, I'm looking for 3. So if you're on this call tonight and I invited you, reach out to me via email. If there's somebody else that invited you to this call, reach out to them. Because we are here together, not just one of us. We're linking arms together to make a difference in our own lives and our families' lives, but then to other people's lives. So I want to encourage you. It probably feels nervous, like, oh my gosh. That's normal. But if there's that tug, like, I'm ready to make a change in my life, I'm ready to work on me. I'm ready because my family deserves that. I'm ready because my health deserves that. I'm ready because I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck and still paying on student loans that are hanging over my head. If that's you, then this is the opportunity for you. And I'll tell you what separates this team over other teams and other companies is that I truly want you to reach your goals and your vision. And so when I say that we're a top 10 team, it's not about me. It's about helping you achieve your vision. And I want that more than anything. So I want you to reach out to the person that invited you to this call. And if this isn't you, that's totally cool. I want you to work on you still. Still want you to work on you. Be you, boo. Work on you. But I would love to chat with you, and I'd love to have you fill out an application if that's something that you are feeling pulled to do. So if thank you for spending an hour with me tonight. And I will email you out the recording, and I will make sure that the PDF gets pulled in there. And I'm going to send you a meal plan because I love you and I want you to see how healthy food can taste amazing. That was a belief I thought. Like, they eat salad all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time. It can taste amazing. All right, you guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to hear from you.